I'm making this video because while I was eating in a public place, I was overhearing this like couples conversation, and it kind of made me laugh to myself because I kind of realized like how far I've grown, but also made me realize that there's still some people out there who just aren't aware, who just don't know. And I want to help some guys out there who maybe just don't realize what potential that they have because they just don't know. Basically, this guy, he had this girl, and I won't say exactly like the things that he was saying, but it was clear like he was simping over her. Like he was very madly in love with her. And the way she was responding, it was kind of like it was too much for her essentially. Like she kind of wanted him to dial back or whatever. And it just made me realize like the value dynamic in it. And it's like this happens a lot with guys where they're so invested into a woman, but the woman isn't as invested into them. And the guy thinks, okay, well, to, get her to like me more, I just have to invest more. I have to like give her more attention, all that stuff. But that just like makes her want to pull back away a little bit more. And it's like a lot of guys just don't realize how the game actually is. As a guy, especially when you're younger, you've got to build your value. A lot of guys just, I guess because you've been deprived for so long and maybe you haven't gotten any play, you're just so desperate for a woman. You just want that attention right now. And I get it. I've been there. But the thing is, when you over invest, when you just give too much value to a particular girl or girls in general, what that does to you is you're putting all of your power, you're putting all of your investment into this woman. And the thing that happens is that now you're not building your value. Now you're not growing. Now you don't have the focus and mental capacity to grow yourself. It's here where guys get complacent. Like once they get a girl, they think, oh yeah, I've done it. Like I have no more cares in the world. I have some pussy. I have, a girlfriend, all life is well and all that stuff. Like they stop caring about a lot of things and they don't realize like how far behind that they actually are. And, once they go through this breakup, they kind of get a wake up call. But as a younger guy, especially, you really should not be too concerned with getting in a relationship, or really girls in general, not in a gay way. It's just like, you've got to focus on yourself. You've got to build yourself. You've got to become the guy who girls are attracted to, not the guy who one girl is attracted to. It's such a huge difference when you can build your options. One of the, big ways of doing this is with your body, going to the gym, building muscle, specifically building an aesthetic physique. It's a physique that's like literally designed to get you the most amount of attraction from women. I mean, you can build muscle in all different areas and, it will like make you look better. But, for example, if you get too big, it may become an issue, or if you have like a certain type of build, it just doesn't get you the maximum amount of attraction. But, just doing things to build your value, whether it's like having more confidence by, establishing yourself financially, or, becoming a better communicator, just doing all these things to build your value as a man rather than over investing into a girl. Because while that may work in the short term, you'll go through this honeymoon phase and she'll be going through this honeymoon phase too. And, things seem all right. Eventually, after all that stuff wears off, now you're faced with the reality. Now you're faced with the fact that there's some things that you've got to do. There's some inadequacies that you have as a man, and she's going to see those things, and you're going to see the flaws in her as well. Both of you are going to be dissatisfied. And it's really just because you weren't focused on yourself. You weren't focused on getting to a higher level yourself. Because it's really like trading. Like that's really how the dating market is. And you are the product. If right now coming out the box, you're like kind of this low value guy, and then, this girl who is either kind of at the same level or like a little bit above you in value, she gives you attention and all that stuff, things feel really good, but like both of you are still really low value. Instead, if you just increase your value so that now, all of the other girls, they want to get up to your level and they're like chasing you. You just have more options. You have more options. You're able to choose like the better thing, and you're not so easily manipulated by, the first pretty girl with, nice tits and a nice ass. It's like now you can actually pick and choose what actually aligns with you. And I know it's not something that anyone wants to hear, especially if they haven't like gotten any play and they're like so desperate, like, oh, I need some right now. It's like, I get that. But just know right now, you've got to get yourself in the position where you're the highest possible level version of yourself that you possibly can be. A big part of that is going to be your physique, specifically when it's like getting attraction from women, because, visually, that's the first thing that people see. I know it may sound shallow and it's like, oh, looks don't matter. Come on, stop lying to yourself. We all know that looks do matter. The people who just say that are people who don't want to admit it because they just don't look the best. And it's fine. Just be able to admit that. I can tell you from personal experience, building more muscle, it's gotten me a lot more attention from women. Like right now I'm bulking, so my face is like kind of chubby. So it's not the best, but like still the muscle and like physique, like when I'm wearing, certain types of outfits, it really does make a difference. And like once I go back on a cut, it's going to be a huge difference, like it was like the last time that I was lean. You've got to figure this stuff out. You've got to increase your value as a man. You've got to become the most attractive that you possibly can be to the opposite sex, because there's a science to this. There's like a practical, like step-by-step way that you can do this to increase your value and make your dating life a whole lot easier. Because as funny as it was to, hear that guy who was simping, it kind of made me think like, it's actually kind of sad at the same time, because I know this guy is probably a good person, he probably just doesn't get it. He probably doesn't understand female nature like that. And most likely down the line, he's going to get hurt. And, my heart goes out to him, but it's like, man. Anyways, my advice is to focus on yourself right now, build yourself up, become a high level guy that women are attracted to. And eventually they'll come in droves to the point where it actually starts to bother you.